In this video, we'll have a look at exports in Shintaro. Exports are used to get data out of Shintaro into Excel, where it can be manipulated as required, or perhaps imported into another system. To get to exports, from the home screen, we go into Reports and Exports, and into Exports. The export screen is similar to reports, but there are a couple of differences. We still have the same categories here: client, finance, property and maintenance, tenancies and waiting list. And when we click on clients, we see the same thing in exports as we saw in reports. For example, the first thing we looked at in the reports video is all clients currently housed. When we click on this, we can see a few things have happened. One of the things that has happened on the export screen is that we go down here on the left-hand side and we can see all of the fields that are included in the export. We're going to create an export, either a CSV file or a spreadsheet, and it's going to have a column for each of these fields. This allows us to know which fields will be in the export and should help us find the export we might be looking for. Once you've chosen the export you want, you get a chance to also put in the criteria down here. There is no criteria for the All Clients Currently Housed report. Over here, this is a box that enables you to export the data to a file or just to open in Excel now. If you want to export it as a file, we say what we want it to be called in the file name box, and this says Currently Housed. Then we choose where we want to save it, and I'll select a folder I've created for exports on my desktop. And then we select which format we want to use. The default here is for CSV format, and this is because Excel will read this file as well as other financial systems, so CSV is the best one to use. You can use one of the Excel workbook formats if you want to get formatted text. So if we export the file, this will create a file called Currently Housed in my Shintaro Exports folder, and it will have all of the information in there. Most of the time, you'll just want to open in Excel now and open it as a spreadsheet to have a look at it. So if we click this button, Open in Excel Now, an Excel spreadsheet opens up with all of the columns that Shintaro has told us would be in there. There are a lot more columns in exports than paper-based reports because you can only fit so much on paper-based reports. So if you're looking for a lot of information or things that aren't on reports, you can usually come here and find them and use Excel to sort and filter and do whatever you want with them. I'll close this spreadsheet now and click Don't Save. If we have a look at the finance category and we have a look at the tenancy balances as at date support agency export, we will see additional export criteria at the bottom of the screen here. In this export, we can specify a particular support agency, and here we'll say Centacare. We'll leave the date as the 31st of the 8th, 2015, and click Open in Excel now. Some exports won't let you open them in Excel now, and this is because of the way they are written. You'll have to save them as a file. For example, in the export titled FHL Tenancy EOM as at date brief, if we click Open in Excel now, we get this message. This export requires user input and cannot be run directly to Excel. Please try exporting it to a file. So if you get this error message, you'll need to say where you're going to save it and click on Export to File. As with reports, there are many types of exports you can run. We won't go into the detail of exports, but there are many exports in the system that you can choose from. You can go through these lists and find the exports that are suitable for you. If you are having trouble finding any exports, please contact Shintaro support so we can assist you to find what you're looking for.